He heard the garage door open, heard the car slowly pull in, come to a stop, and shut off. And then he heard the car doors open and shut. And as he heard the footsteps of his mom and dad coming towards the garage door to come into the house, that's when he was at the peak of his fear. See, while they were gone and his sister was watching him, he snuck away and climbed on the countertop, and he reached for the cookie jar that was on top of the fridge. And with his little fingers, he couldn't control it, and it fell and slipped right out of his hands all the way down to the floor, crashed down and broke into 1,000 pieces. The problem wasn't just that his parents told him no, and he did it anyway. The problem was that this was an antique. It was a one-of-a-kind cookie jar, and it was a gift to his parents on their wedding day. It had very special meaning, and it was irreplaceable. Now, if you were one of his parents, how would you respond to that child? What would you do? Well, I can tell you what God did. Here God had Adam and Eve standing before him in the Garden of Eden, and they had broken their relationship with God when they bit that fruit. And they were spiritually broken. And they were scared to death as they heard the sounds of God walking in the garden approaching them. And they had no answer for God for the sin they had just committed. Nothing they could do to make it right. This was a one-of-a-kind relationship. And yet what did God do? God responded with grace. Grace is something free, unconditional, no strings attached. It means you don't have to do anything for this. It's something so unexpected, something so unbelievable that God just declares it. No, I'm not going to punish you for what you did wrong. Instead, I'm going to punish somebody else, even though they didn't do it. I'm going to punish my only son, Jesus, in your place. In fact, that's what grace stands for. God's riches at Christ's expense. And it's all for you. Where we should have been punished, God says, I forgive you. But somebody else is going to take that punishment. And so grace is just overwhelming. God, you're going to forgive me, and yet Jesus loves me so much, he's going to take my place and my wrath. Grace is so amazing, so humbling. In fact, I think that's why the songwriter had it right. When he didn't just call it grace, he called it amazing grace. That's what it is. This has been a Shepherding Moment with Pastor Aaron Miller.